Have you ever picked up a dull-looking old coin and thought, this can't be worth much? Well, think again, because the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar coin might just shock you. Hidden right there in your loose change, in an old drawer, or even buried in a coin jar, could be a piece of metal worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, that same coin you might overlook as just another dollar could be a life-changing treasure in disguise. The Susan B. Anthony dollar coin, introduced in 1979, was America's bold step into modernizing its currency. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman, and not a symbolic figure, breaking a long chain of male dominance in coin designs. But this coin story isn't just about women's empowerment. It's about rarity, mystery, and shocking hidden value that still stuns collectors today. Let's rewind to 1979, a year filled with change. The U.S. Mint decided to replace the large Eisenhower dollar with something smaller and easier to carry. But what they didn't realize was that they were creating one of the most misunderstood and undervalued coins in U.S. history, a coin that would later spark wild excitement among collectors due to its rare varieties, minting errors, and shocking auction prices. At first glance, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar looks ordinary. It's small, silver-colored, and often mistaken for a quarter. But underneath that simple appearance lies a coin that can be worth from just $1 all the way to over $15,000, depending on the type, mint mark, and condition. Some rare proof errors have even crossed the $20,000 mark at auctions. There are three main mints that struck this coin: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. Each has its own secrets, but the most valuable ones come from San Francisco, especially the 1979 S-Type 2 proof. That's the one serious collectors dream about. You see, the 1979 S-Proof coin has two distinct varieties, Type 1 and Type 2. The Type 1 has a filled S mint mark, while the Type 2 features a clear, sharp S. That tiny difference, something most people wouldn't even notice, can mean the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one worth thousands. The Type 2 proof, because of its rarity, can easily fetch between $1,000 to $3,500 in pristine condition, and sometimes even more when graded as PR70 by PCGS or NGC. But the surprises don't end there. There's another variety that truly blew collectors' minds, the wide rim, or near-date, 1979 P dollar. This version has the date placed closer to the rim compared to the more common, narrow rim version. The wide rim variety is much rarer, especially in high grades, and can command values from $500 up to $6,000 depending on the condition and grading. Some mint state examples have even gone for over $10,000 at auction. Can you imagine holding what seems like an ordinary coin, only to find out it's worth more than your monthly salary, or even more than your car? That's the shocking thrill of coin collecting. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was a commercial flop when it first came out. People didn't like it because it was too similar in size and color to a quarter. Cashiers, vending machines, and even the public were confused, so the coin quickly disappeared from circulation. But that very failure made it more fascinating for collectors. It turned into a hidden gem, a misunderstood coin that eventually became a collectible superstar. Over time, mint errors added even more mystery to its value. There are some wild misstrikes, off-center strikes, and double-die errors that make collectors go crazy. A rare double-struck $1,979, for example, sold for over $15,000 at auction. Another example with a striking error, showing an extra rim or die clash, fetched more than $8,000. That's right, these small minting mistakes can make a massive difference. Even circulated Susan B. Anthony dollars, if they have sharp details and high luster, can be worth much more than face value. Coins graded MS-67 or higher, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, can easily bring hundreds or thousands of dollars. What truly makes this coin exciting is its unpredictable market. While some coins may stay around a modest $50, others suddenly skyrocket in value due to collector demand or limited supply. It's like a hidden lottery ticket sitting in your change jar. But here's the real kicker: the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar was only the beginning. The U.S. Mint stopped production after 1981, then briefly revived it in 1999 before introducing the Sacagawea dollar in 2000. So, the 1979 issue represents the start of a short-lived era, a historic transition in U.S. coinage that gives it even more collectible power. And if you ever find a 1979 P wide rim near-date coin in near-perfect condition, you might just be holding a treasure worth over $5,000. Combine that with a rare proof or error strike, and you're talking about potential auction prices that could easily reach $10,000 or more. Imagine the thrill of flipping that coin over and realizing you're not just looking at a dollar. You're holding a rare symbol of history, equality, and value beyond imagination. Collectors love the Susan B. Anthony dollar not just for its rarity but also for its symbolism. Susan B. Anthony was a fearless women's rights activist who fought for equality and the right to vote. Her face on the coin is more than just metal. It's a reminder of progress and perseverance. That adds emotional and historical value on top of the monetary one, making this coin a true American treasure. Even today, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is a coin that keeps turning heads. Whether you're a coin hunter, a collector, or just someone curious about old money, this piece of history is worth your attention. So, before you spend that old dollar coin or toss it in a drawer, take a closer look. That tiny S, that wide rim, or that mint mark could mean the difference between an ordinary dollar and a rare gem worth thousands. The next time you find a Susan B. Anthony dollar, remember, you might not just be holding a coin, you could be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand.